So today we're going to go over the crane. The crane is basically a straight arm version of the crow, okay? So it does take a lot more wrist mobility and stability, obviously. It takes a lot more, obviously, straight arm strength and especially scapular strength, yeah? For me as well, as you'll probably see, I don't get my knees as high as I probably should, but that's probably, that's more of a mobility issue in terms of my hamstrings and my hips and stuff like that. So if you're more mobile, you might find it a little bit easier, and ideally you want to try and get those knees as high as you can. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you what it is first and then we'll break it down from there. So a crane, again, like I said, is basically a straight arm version of the crow. I'm going to get my hands down on the ground, same as ever. I'm going to try and create as much tension as possible. I'm trying to squeeze my arms towards each other as well, so I get like almost like a box of strength where I'm engaging that chest, engaging my arms, and really trying to drive my fingers, my thumbs towards each other. Yeah? I'm going to get super tight, really push into that front knuckle, and I'm going to get as high as I can, get those knees towards my armpits, and I'm really trying to push. I'm almost got round in that upper part of my back, so I'm trying to get my scap strength to wrap all the way around. If I kind of sink into my shoulders, it's not going to work. Hands go down, super tight, and I'm going to try and lean forward, and I'm going to try and take my feet off the floor and hold that position. I can only hold it for a second or so, and as you can see, especially that mobility, my knees start to come down my triceps, but I want to try and get them almost right into my armpit or as close to as I possibly can, yeah? So, the way you break it down, or in terms of what we need first, is like I said at the beginning, wrist strength. Wrist strength is huge for the crane because you need to be able to get far enough over. If you can't get your shoulders over your wrist or past your wrist, you're not going to be able to hold that position, no matter how much strength you've got. So, to test it, what you can do, get yourself down on the floor, make sure you're you're twisting those arms through as much as you can, so you really try and engage that upper back, push into the floor so you get that almost that little round of the back. I'm going to walk back into my plank, squeeze everything super tight, and I'm trying to push myself as far forward as I can, keeping all those engagement points. If I can get my shoulder past my wrist towards my fingers, if I can get it over my fingers, then you've got enough mobility in your wrist. If you can't get to that point, you're probably not going to be able to do a crane because you haven't got that range of motion yet. So I'd say work on the range of motion for your wrist and the strength, and especially in that forearm. Yeah, forearms, if they're really tight, they just make your wrist super tight as well, so obviously you're not going to have that same range. To start figuring out that weight of where you need to be going, I would say just break down doing the first part that I did of that drill. So what I want to do, drive my arms into the floor, making sure I'm pushing through that first knuckle as much as I possibly can, wrapping that tricep around as much as I can to engage that scap, and really pushing. All I want you to do is just lean forward and then relax. Lean forward and then relax. So what it will look like, get into that nice tight position. Again, wrap those triceps, push the floor away from you as much as you can, get those knees towards the armpits or as close to as you can. Just lean forward and relax. Then again, lean forward and relax. And as you can see, as I get as far forward as I can, I just try and take those toes off the floor just for a millisecond, just to try and feel that weight and see if I'm stable in that position. If you get any serious wrist pain or anything like that where you just feel like you're not stable, I would say keep working on it until you can get all those points down. When you can get all those points down, then look at progressing it. The next thing that you could do is just to build that awareness a little bit more. We just try and take 1 foot off the floor. Same as like we did with the crow, when we broke it down at the beginning. Just take 1 foot off the floor, keep 1 on, so you've always got 3 points of contact, and then just relax. So again, wrap those triceps around, really push the floor away from you, take 1 off, and relax. Same again, lean forward as much as you can, take 1 off, and relax, and try and keep working on those positions. So the next one that we're going to do is just start working towards that crane. And the way you're going to do that is the exact same thing that we did with the crow at the beginning. I just need to try and lean forward to try and feel that weight shift. And when I have that moment of weightlessness through my feet, and I've got all that pressure going through my arms, I'm wrapping those triceps, keeping that upper back and that scap engaged as much as I possibly can, so I'm pushing everything away from me. And I've got that moment of awareness where I feel like I can take my feet off the floor and take 1 off, try and lean forward a little bit more, make sure you've got that balance, and then take the other one off. You might not hold it for very long, but that's what obviously is going to start building that strength, that you can start building that awareness, and then you can progress it. So again, what it's going to look like, first knuckle into the floor, wrap those triceps, get my knees as high as I can, really push the floor away from me, lean forward, find that balance point, take my knees off, and just hold it. And then you can relax there. Keep working on it. It takes a lot of midline strength as well. So if you haven't done them already, I suggest working on that crow, where you take that knee off towards the other leg. That's going to be really great for building that midline strength, to be able to hold that knee off without it resting on a joint or something like that. Again, I could probably use some more range of motion in terms of my mobility, so if you are struggling to get that knee right up there, that's fine. Keep working on your mobility in the meantime, but get it as high as you can towards that armpit with your range of motion. That's it, guys. Let's go.